So I'm a big fan of microphones. I am just a huge microphone addict. And that kind of got me wondering. The SM57 is probably the most prolific microphone of all time. It was used on records from the 60s till even now. Not only is it good for just instruments, but Jack White is known to have recorded using it as a vocal mic. Although it's a decently cheap mic and affordable, not everybody can actually afford it, especially if you're beginning. So I present to you the Pyle Microphone 78. Now, I know it just seems like a cheap knockoff, which, to be honest with you, it is a cheap knockoff. However, I'm quite fond of it. The microphone only costs like $20. That's less than a used SM57. And honestly, for the price, it's pretty good. So, I decided to pick up an old song I wrote for a soundtrack like a year or two ago and re-record everything using the SM57. Now, there is one exception to that. I live in an apartment and my neighbors would hate if I played bass live. I like a big thumpy bass sound, and getting that bass sound with, this kind of cheap microphone is kind of hard to do just because you have to equivalent for the air that's passed through. So, with the bass, I am actually just going to be running it DI with a plugin. But other than that, everything else will be recorded with an SM57. Now, the song we're going to be recording is called Compatible, and I wrote it for a soundtrack for a film that hasn't really released yet. However, the soundtrack is up, so if you want, you can listen to it on here. You can listen to it on here, and I guess you can go to my website if you want to listen to it. But regardless, let me go ahead and just play a part of the original kind of demo. And mind you, be careful, it's not the best recorded, especially because I was just kind of getting new to recording. However, it will give you a taste of what the song is and how good it can sound with one, just knowledge and experience. I have been experienced to a whole bunch of recording techniques and stuff through my classes and also through own records that I've produced for other people. And two, plugins are godsend. Without plugins, the 78 still sounds pretty phenomenal.
But I need ya, I want ya, I think that I got ya. I feel like we're best friends, stuck in the world, 'cause you're my best friend. You're my best friend.
First off, I want to add a little bit more instruments. I want to record bass, and I want to add a bell-like sound, and I don't know what I'm going to use for that yet. Maybe I can go down to the Fine Arts building and borrow a glockenspiel, but I also want to kind of do it on a budget. I mean, because after all, this microphone's like $20. So instead, I think I'll try to find something that I have, just one of my smaller percussive instruments. Along with that, I also don't want to do snaps because those were all sampled snaps, and I would prefer to have one with just a SM clone and figure out what I want to do with it. I think snapping will be a little bit too easy of a go, so I think I might do clapping instead just because I like that sound, and also I want to just see how percussive instruments or percussive things like that takes on this microphone. Okay, for the guitar, this is my main acoustic guitar. It's a Jasmine S35, which was gifted to me by a dear friend, Presley Pinson, if you're watching. Kid you not, I use this guitar on everything. It's a great sounding guitar. It's one of my, if not my favorite acoustic company brand now, just because, mainly just because it's kind of unique. I really haven't seen a Jasmine guitar before, and I mean that could also be my lack of knowledge, but I kind of like it. And two, it's just pretty small. It's a small kind of acoustic guitar, but it sounds phenomenal. I also added a piezo pickup to it, but I'm not using the piezo in this, so that was more of a fun fact. The next thing I'm using is this Jackson 5-string bass, gifted to me as a graduation gift actually, so thank you Mom and Dad. With electric basses, just because I'm mainly a violist, I prefer flat wounds, and whenever I play double bass, if I transition to electric bass and it has round wounds, it just kind of throws me off. So I get a nice thumpy sound with this bass, a nice warm flat wound sound, and I love pairing this with a UAD Showtime just because it adds a little bit more oomph and a little bit more color. Now the problem with all of this is figuring out that bell sound I really want to add. But I do think I have a solution for that. The solution is right here. So my sister actually gifted this to me for Christmas, and it is a range drum. It's a very cool and unique sound. It's cool. And so I think that's going to be the instrument list. Now all I got to do is record this and see what you guys like about it. You also got to remember, a lot of what stuff comes down to is recording technique. Recording and mixing technique is the most important parts I feel when you're recording something. If you are in a budget and you have only $20 to buy a microphone, I honestly think this is a good pick. But also, I would just go online and learn about how to record stuff a bit properly. But without further ado, here is Compatible.
Well, I'm here just to say that I don't know the words just to say. And I realize that sometimes we lead each other astray. But I need ya, I want ya, I think that I got ya. I feel like we're best friends, stuck in this world. 'Cause you're my best friend. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. Now I love you even when you don't wanna pick up our room. Because of all of the things, that is one thing I love about you. 'Cause I think that I want to hold you and love you, make sure that you're safe. 'Cause you're my own love. 'Cause you're my best friend. You're my best friend. You're my best friend.
Okay, I like that. I thought it sounded awesome. What did you guys think? Go ahead and just comment down below. I think I want to have more engagement with viewers, whoever watches this video. So yeah, go ahead and comment down below. If you want to roast me, go ahead and roast me. I don't really mind. But also, if you want to give tips to not just me, but to other people, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. That's kind of what I really want from this channel and from this community I want to build. Close things off. Thank you guys for making it this far, for watching this video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.